Hey everybody, it's Jim Fletmeyer with Superior School of Real Estate, here to answer some questions that have come up lately on a Facebook group about appraisals. Now you'll see that I'm here at the North Carolina Appraisal Board website, and that's to prove a point. I am not an appraiser. I am not an appraiser. If you need actual definitive answers about what an appraiser can and cannot do, please reach out to the North Carolina Appraisal Board. What you're about to hear is my interpretation of the conversation I had with someone at that board, and of course, your results may vary. Please consult a physician before starting a real estate program. What's come up though, quite a bit is the question of, or the comment people have said, oh, the appraiser is requiring minor repairs. My client or my customer has a conventional loan and the appraiser is requiring us to re-wallpaper, the appraiser is requiring us to this or that. And it really is an emerging trend in some markets, and particularly apparently from what I've been told with some banks who I shall not name because their lawyers are much, much larger than mine. But it made me wonder if these things are coming up. The question that I wanted to know is, can an appraiser actually require repairs on a conventional loan or any loan for that matter? And I had a great conversation with the folks at the North Carolina Real Estate Appraisal Board. And those folks, oh, it was about a 40-minute conversation with a gentleman who shall remain nameless, who has been a member of the appraisal board for 20 years, and prior to that was an appraisal auditor. I want to be clear. The reason his name is going to remain nameless, he gave it to me twice. He told me I could share it. I did not write it down. I've got other shit to do. But one of the things he said throughout this entire conversation, we came to a definitive answer of, can an appraiser require repairs on a conventional loan? And definitively, absolutely, without a doubt, the answer, eh. Much like real estate, the answer is maybe. Appraisers, absolutely. Now, I need you to put on your professional pants and still listen. Appraisers absolutely and unequivocally do not have the authority to require any repairs. However, they are the eyes, ears, and the real estate value advisors to the bank. So what happens is they are given guidelines that no matter whether it's a conventional loan, whether it's an FHA loan, a new program, an old program, they are given guidelines by which they must follow and things that they must look at. They will always, on a conventional loan, look at permitted space. They should always look at major structural or value issues, such as, does the roof look like it's about to fail? Is the foundation cracking? This is not an inspection. This is simply the appraiser noting these things on the appraisal. However, and here's where the meh comes in, it is the lender that writes up the appraisal request. And a lender can ask an appraiser to look at anything. A lender may put on the appraisal request when it goes out into the pool before it's signed that says, please look at all items, and I'm making this up, please look at all items that may adversely affect value or marketability, even minor, and note them. However, the key here is it's not the appraiser requiring the repair. It's the lender requiring the repair. And lenders may or may not, underwriters may or may not be able to look beyond those things. So it is my own personal conspiracy theory. Let me be 100% clear. This is just my theory, but I'm probably right. As banks tighten up, as the market shifts, particularly if those banks have new and aggressive loan programs with perhaps more generous qualification guidelines, the bank, in order to avoid any disparate impact with those programs, would have to change the qualifications and tighten up across the board. So perhaps if they're getting worried as the market slows down and the comps are coming in high, perhaps these lenders are saying to the appraisers, please note any significant items that may affect marketability or sale. The caveat to that is this. In an FHA loan, of course, appraisers are given a specific list of items to check off. But again, it is the lender, and those standards are set by FHA. On VA loans, the certificate, oh gosh, I forgot the word. The certificate of, somebody put in chat on Facebook what they, I believe it's a certificate of condition, will be a combination appraisal / inspection, but the VA loans are a little bit different thing. And the appraiser may also, when the appraiser grades the property, they may note on the appraisal anything that is different than the comps. For instance, if they graded that appraisal as good condition and all of the other comps had brand new floors in it, but this house needs a floor, they may make a note on the appraisal that says this appraisal is subject to those floors being refinished, meaning that in order to meet the comps that were used, that floor would have to be finished. So I guess at the end of the day, it is fair to say, I firmly believe, it is fair to say to our clients that banks may be tightening up on condition concerns and deferred maintenance. So you, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, that's another reason for you to go ahead and address those things before you put the home on the market. Because one, it's cheaper to do it to begin with, you'll get more money out of it. And two, as lenders tighten up and become more concerned, there may be an issue with lending, even with some of these fairly minor things. But again, be very, very careful. And as always, don't be the source, be the source of the source. The source for information on appraisal authority is the North Carolina Appraisal Board. And the source for information on what's required for that particular loan product is your local loan underwriter. Thanks so much. It was great seeing you. Thank you for joining me in my office. I'm going back to mow my yard, and I hope to see you soon in class. This is Jim Fletmeyer signing off.